Yo, what is up guys? Steel Vico here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're once again talking about another sound effect that I believe I found the source to, and it's actually a pretty popular one, even if you don't realize how often it's used. And the sound effect that I'm going to be talking about today is yet another scream, and it's a scream that belongs, or that is used on my channel on Demongo. So I'm just going to show you a sound effect now. So, this scream is one of them, but there's another one that comes up in just a second that I'll point out right now, after the scream, sorry. And there you go. That scream right there is actually commonly used by Pan Asian Creations, PAC. They were the manufacturers of, they created the soundbox that Demongo uses with the lights, which was originally, as some of you may know, part of a wallpaper that I repurposed. And this is used by PAC on several items, and as well as other Halloween companies. That is a pretty common scream. I apologize once again for not really, or not once again, but I apologize for my timing. I completely forgot how the audio goes right when I start recording. But it was most recently used on Creepshow by Distortions. And a lot of people thought that the audio was completely new, that they bought and had something completely made especially for that. And I do believe that it was mixed especially for that. However, that scream was not created by Distortions or whoever makes their audio. And I can prove that right now. Well, I just proved it right there by showing how Demongo, which uses a Pan Asian Creation soundbox, which, you know, I don't know exactly how far that dates back, but it dates back much sooner, obviously, than Creepshow. And I believe I have the source for it. And the source is in this package right here that I recently purchased. So, in this package is the CD, Halloween Hysteria by, I guess Matt Fink who is commonly listed as the creator of it, the artist. And the sound effect in question is on this disc on its own, so not mixed. Not like Demongo, how it's a bunch of sound effects overlaid over each other. But there are a couple actual sound effects that are used on Demongo's soundbox, used commonly by PAC, on this CD. Now, this CD is is compilation. It's listed as a compilation. So it could go back further, but from my research, this is the most common, or this is the oldest I could go back. Now, this was sold back in 2007, and then I have another CD on its way that's almost a copy of this, but it was a different release with one less track that contains all of them, except for the last one, but that is not a sound effect used by PAC, as far as I know, and dates back to 2007, which, as far as I know, outdates all the Pan Asian Creations animatronics that would use these kind of things, any of their decorations. And the copyright for this is actually 1997. So that goes back even further, 10 years further than the release date of this, when this was available. So, what I'm going to do, I apologize for that if you guys can hear that, is I'm going to obviously take this thing out of the wrapping. I believe this is a new copy, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me just take this out real quick. Guys, I'm going to have to use this. It's really kind of tight to open this. But anyway, so the track listings that I'm talking about, so there are 54 total tracks, but the ones that I believe are significant are track number 3, Woman Screams, track number 4, Shrill Screams, or Shill Scream, and then there is Man Screams Terrified, which is the sound effect that I'm talking about. That is Creepshow's sound effect, or a sound effect used on Creepshow, being the most, current use of that sound effect in our hobby that we're interested in. Additionally, There is Scary Laugh, which I believe was also the background laughing, the deep laughing, on Demongo as well. I believe maybe slightly altered, because it sounds a little slower and possibly cut a little bit, but I believe that is used on Demongo. As well as Monster Growling, I believe, is another one. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be showing the Terrified scream, or Man Screams Terrified. One of those screams, Terrified or Man Screams Terrified, is a sound effect that was used on Creepshow, Demongo, PAC. Alright guys, so this is a pain to get open, but we finally got it. So, like I said, this is kind of the original version. This is the as far back as I could go. The other one that I was talking about comes from 2008, which is a year after. And that one is called Halloween Havoc. You're welcome to look into that one as well. However, I believe this one goes back a year older. So this is probably a more realistic source of that audio. Or it's more likely to be the source of that audio. Now, if you guys find anything older than this, anything, or like where maybe this came from, I'd be interested to know. So let me know. If you guys find anything that goes back older. However, 97 seems pretty old, like old enough that I would think that's satisfactory to explain where it came from. Now, it could have gone back older, and this could be from a sound collection, like I'm trying to think, like, there's the Hollywood one, the big popular Hollywood one, which is the Diddy Laugh, for example. I forget what that one's called, but it's a giant collection of sounds. It's a sound library. There we go. And that could be where these came from, and that's why it's called a compilation. But it could also be a compilation just simply due to the fact that I had multiple people to record this audio. But it all kind of goes under the same thing, which is Dominion Entertainment and KTEL International. So yeah, this is the CD here, out of its thing, and you can see here on the insert, it just lists everything in there, and it says who it's written and narrated by. Once again, for the stories, there are a couple stories in this one, but and it just kind of has the licensing thing. There's nothing too helpful in this insert here. So I'm not really going to go over that, and this isn't really a review of this anyway, but anyway, here is the CD that I believe was ripped somehow or another for that, and then reused later. This sound effect is also available on YouTube. There is a YouTube auto-generated version of this CD as well that you are welcome to look at. I will be uploading the sound effects on here. I might upload a full CD, and I also might upload the full rips of the specific sound effects so that you guys can hear them in their, hear them in the full best quality that I'm able to get. So now I'm just going to we're going to run over to a CD player that I have, and I'm going to show you guys the sound effect that I was talking about. Alright guys, so we have my little sound system here, which actually has a phonograph in it. But we have, obviously, a CD compact disc player in here as well. And I'm going to show you guys the sound effect here. This is my first time listening to CD. I'm going to skip over the first couple tracks and go straight to the other ones, because the first track is really long. But we're going to go over all the scream sound effects that I believe are worthwhile to us. One of Demongo's screams, actually, was that one. And there it is. We can listen to it again. It's like the CD doesn't have enough time to load up, because there's more to that, I know for a fact. There it is, right there. So that is the sound effects. Like I said, I'll upload a full rip of this, or the rip of the sound effects, which I think will come out better. Because then you guys will actually really hear it. But it's kind of cutting off a little bit here when I have it. I'll try to put it on the speakers over here. But yeah. There we go. Now that we have kind of a higher speaker here, you guys can hear that. No doubt that that's Demongo's and Creepshow's audio. So I'll actually have that one looping real quick. There we go. So that is Demongo Scream. That's Creepshow Scream, guys. I just wanted to make a real quick video. It's probably a little longer than I expected it to be, but I just wanted to show off that this is, in fact, I believe, the source of that audio. Is this Halloween Hysteria CD, which was released, I believe, back in 2007, but the copyright goes back to 1997, which is, like I said, 10 years before. So I will look a little more to see if I can provide any information. So check the description, just to see if there's anything new that I got from looking at the packaging. But yeah. So actually, it's a pretty cool CD. I might not use it for my Honda or anything. Obviously not a CD review, but I just wanted to make this video to kind of show you guys that I did find another sound effect that I think is pretty cool because of the very classic Halloween sound effects, in my opinion, especially if you like Pan Asian Creations or Fitco. I know Fitco probably didn't use this sound effect, but as many of you know, kind of Pan Asian Creations, or Fitco kind of became Pan Asian Creations. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this rather different video. Let me know what you guys think about this kind of format where I can talk about it if I have something to actually physically show you guys. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.